food can become polluted in Nepal. Namaste, mero naam Joel Ho. I paintis barse agi, ma mero doctoral anusandan Nepal ma gare. And one of the things that I talked about very recently was the fact that while I was doing my doctoral research in a particular Nepali rural village area in the Middle Hills, there was a food serving order, a typical serving order. And in this order, the person serving the food almost always came last in the meal service order. And typically this was the woman or one of the women in the household. So what was going on? And one of the things that we learned was that there's something called juto. So juto is a kind of pollution that occurs, that happens or affects food especially. And in this case, we're talking about hand-mouth juto. So if someone eats food and then serves food to another person, he or she will potentially cause juto to that person, which is a kind of spiritual pollution. And this spiritual pollution has quite potentially negative consequences. So this is the reason that in a lot of the households that I went to, that people gave to me as to why the woman would eat at the end, is because if she were to serve herself first and start eating and then serve her husband or other adult family members, this would lead to juto for them. It would cause a kind of pollution to them. And this was a really strong behavior and belief in this rural Middle Hills village area that I was working in. But this was in 1986 and 87. And what I'd really like to know is this still commonly occurring? Are people using juto rules as a reason for serving order such that the person who serves the food has to eat at the very end? Is this going on in your household? Is it going on in the households that you work in? So I'd really like to hear your answer to that. And the other thing I'll say is this hand-mouth juto, this was only one kind of juto that people talked about. They actually spoke of many different types, but we'll talk about those later. I'd really love to hear your answers, though, and comments about juto. Is this something that's still being practiced? Is this something that you practice in your own household? What do you see as the reasons for it? And if I got it wrong, please let me know that I got it wrong. So thanks again. Thanks for listening, and talk to you again. Joel out.